All right. What's up, everybody? This is going to be the very first edition of this new channel that I'm working on. And today, we're actually going to be playing some Megabonk. Yes, Megabonk. It's going to be a good time. Obviously, a lot of you guys probably know, mostly for the sake of my main channel, but on this channel, I'm going to be posting basically just any type of games that I want to play. And today we want to play some Megabonk. So scientists agree, bonking is 74% effective. So this is a cute little fun game. They have like really interesting names for like certain items and different things like that. Like there's the classic cursed doll. Of course, there's moldy cheese. There's all sorts of like funny little things in here. Skull leg, brass knuckles, all sorts of fun stuff. But today I want to show you guys how to beat tier 1 in basically. And today I want to show you guys how to beat tier 1 in Forest, which is basically the first map that you have access to. So when you first start the game, you're going to be given 2 characters to pick from. You have Fox, who basically is like a ranged character, and each character has a unique weapon and a unique sort of passive effect. So there's Fox, and you get Sir Oofy. These are the 2 first starting characters that you get. I would suggest, if you don't feel super confident with like your controls with other PC games, probably best to pick Fox. But Fox is also good for another reason. He has a pretty good unique passive. It's the RNG Blessing. So he gets luck each level that you play. So we're going to go ahead and just lock in Fox here, and we'll start a tier 1 run. So whenever you first start playing the game, first of all, you can hit tab and hold that down, and you can have access to your map. There's a bunch of different stuff that you want to do. But the main thing first is you want to just get the controls down, make sure that you're not screwing yourself over. There's little pots that you can get, and then once you get enough experience, which is this bar up at the top, you will get access to these different tomes and items. There's items, tomes, there's weapons. So obviously we have the fire staff currently. You can see your items here and your tomes here. And then later on, we'll be able to see our items as well. But in terms of weapons, we currently have the fire staff. So you'll also have the availability to basically skip. If you don't want any of this stuff, you can banish a certain thing, or you can just hit refresh. But we're going to go ahead and hit the fire staff 2 projectiles, because 2 is way better than 1. Oh, and right there in this game, there are different sort of items that drop. So this one right here will freeze time if I run into it. So you can see it froze all of the enemies. All right, and we have different weapons here. The first thing that you want to do is really try to get the XP tome if you can. The XP tome is super, super good. It's really important, especially earlier on. And these things right here, they will basically give you powers to your stats. They will buff up your stats. So you can see all of your stats on this side of the screen here. And yeah, pretty much if you are playing a certain character that relies on projectiles, like Fox is a good example, you can go with projectile count. If you're playing a character and you're afraid of dying, you can go for something like evasion. But whenever you run into those shards, or those shrines, I should say, they're called charge shrines. They charge up, and they will basically give you different stat bonuses for each of your stats here. One thing that's really good to get is extra jumps, by the way. Extra jumps, luck, XP gain, gold gain as well can be pretty good. But out of the options here, I think the best thing we can get is the projectile. So that way we just have three little bombs shooting. So the whole name of the game is you want to try to maneuver as quickly as possible and just get through the map, get yourself as strong as you possibly can. So we're actually going to banish the sword. I don't really want the sword with this build. And perfect. Out of these options here, I think the best option overall is going to be the damage to elites. So we'll take damage to elites, and you can walk around and pick up the experience. And one thing I really want to stress to you guys is anytime you are moving around, you can see I'm moving pretty slow. One strategy that you can do is basically jumping while you're moving. And I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Right here, we'll probably take the shield. I think shield will be pretty good. So if you hold down, you're walking forward with W, backwards with S, left with A, and right with D. But I'll just show you really quickly. If you press W and D, and then jump, and basically just repeat jump like this, it'll help you move around a lot quicker. And you can do the same thing with the other. So you can see, basically, it just helps you move a lot faster. You can kind of stagger it like that as well. Ooh, if you ever see these skeleton dudes, definitely try to kill those guys. We'll pick up the luck tome again here. There's a speed up somewhere. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's right here. So that is a speed up. It'll make me walk a lot faster. We really need some damage here. Damage would be very, very good. You may not have access to some of these weapons yet. The weapons are not really as important. Just try to get something that will coordinate with what you're building, if that makes any sense. So if I'm building projectile speed, it would probably be best to have stuff that has projectiles, like Blood Magic has projectiles, Fire Staff has projectiles, etc. So in this case, we're definitely taking the Fire Staff again. I just want my build with the Fire Staff to be really, really strong. And there's also different rarities, as you may have noticed. So it goes all the way up to Legendary. This is an epic rarity. Legendary is the best you can get. And that is an item, what we just picked up there in that chest. You get items from the chests, and you also get... Ooh, what do we want here? Let's go with the Blood Magic. And this thing I just got basically gives me more gold whenever I kill enemies. So you can see the gold stacking up. These little dudes right here, if you talk to them, they will sell you items for money. So you'll just have to be careful when you're reading this, but I can see right here, this is really good, the unstable transfusion, so I'm going to pick that up. But yeah, the whole name of the game is just run around the map, try to go around as efficiently as possible, and pretty much try to get as many power-ups, as many level-ups as you possibly can. And likewise, you will occasionally run into bosses like this guy. Each boss does something a little bit different. So this boss, he is honestly not that difficult to kill. He has one ability that basically you have to look out for. And then otherwise, you're just spending time running around circles, basically. And all bosses, they will drop a chest, which again gives you items. And right here, we're getting a legendary item. Anvil. You guys probably will not have access to Anvil yet, but that's okay. Anvil is really, really good. So we're going to, again, just kind of do a big circle around the map, try to get as many of these shrines as we can. And all of these kind of suck, so we'll just take Lifesteal. Again, don't forget about the mobility. You can also hold control, and it will allow you to basically slide. I'll show you what that looks like here. So if you hold control when you're going down a hill, it will allow you to slide. And likewise, there is fall damage in this game. So if you're falling from a really high area and you land on one of these, you can slide and it will basically help you survive. And occasionally you will get these swarms that happen periodically. The swarms are usually not that bad, but the best advice I can give you is just kind of jump around. It's a game of dodge and weave. The swarm in tier 1 is really nothing to be too crazy, but it definitely can hurt you in the long run. Now we're going to take Flamewalker. Flamewalker's pretty good. And as you guys can see, this chest right here, it is gold, and it's different than the other chests. Gold chests cost no coins to upgrade. So you can see the cost per chest is right now 30. Each time you purchase a chest, it will get progressively more expensive. If you see gold chests, you can open them without spending any of your gold. There we go. We got Demonic Blade, which honestly is not going to help me at all, but it's okay. Another gold chest. What is the luck there? We'll take some max HP. Very good. And again, periodically check the minimap to kind of see where you are at. That's a really good idea. This is the boss curse. You don't usually want to hit these unless you're strong enough to deal with extra bosses. But it can be beneficial because getting extra bosses will basically give you extra chests. Because remember, each boss drops a chest. Nice. We got a legendary. So we here will take the projectile speed just so that our stuff goes a little bit faster. We'll pick up that freeze. Perfect timing. We'll go for... We really need... What do we need? The size tome is pretty good. I think we'll take the blood magic here. Okay. Electric plug. Upon taking damage, send out an electric shock. That's not terrible. There's one more challenge thing up here. Summon the challenge. Kill all of these dudes, and then we'll get our free chest. Look at that. Some crit chance. Ooh, and that right there, that little gray skull thing over there is the boss portal. That is how you actually beat tier 1. You have to get strong enough in the next 4 minutes to basically kill the boss, which I feel pretty confident we'll be able to do, but I don't want to jump to conclusions. Okay. Let's go with attack speed. Attack speed should be good. And here, ooh, yes, Cursed Doll. Cursed Doll is very, very good. So pretty soon we will be having another boss show up. So in the meantime, we want to just kind of continue moving. Remember, you always want to continue moving. We'll collect this guy, and then we'll jump over here and collect the other one. And we'll kind of just begin to circle our way back around. That's going to be the play. And again, I don't know if you guys saw that. I just jumped down, and when I did jump down, I crouched with my control button. And doing that, landing on the hill, basically let me live. It let me not take any damage. It's also a pretty good idea to take a little bit of shield if you can. And these little pots, it's also a good idea if you happen to run by them to just go ahead and collect it. Because they do give you XP, they give you gold. It's a good idea. We'll take the luck here. All right, there is another swarm coming. So we just have to remember to keep moving. You don't want to stay in the same area. Keep moving. Don't forget to keep moving. And we will be A-okay. Another gold pot down there, so we'll definitely look to go get that. Take the evasion here. Let's go ahead and take another weapon. Let's take the de-executioner. That should be good. Let's do projectile count. Open up our free chest. We got some more gold. Not bad. We'll collect this. Then we probably need to start thinking about killing the boss. Speaking of bosses, we got one right here. Okay, so we'll take the attack speed tome. We'll take, the quantity tome. Yes, the quantity tome's very good. So we'll take that. Another quantity tome. Attack speed. Projectile count. Let's take evasion. Evasion's pretty good. Quantity. Nice. So remember, with this build, we need as many projectiles as possible, and ideally we need as much attack speed as possible for those projectiles. Another dude that we can talk to. Perfect. Moldy cheese. Moldy cheese is actually really good. Let's take the projectile count. Just keep in mind, you have to pay attention to the clock. We have about a minute left until we have to kill the boss. If we don't kill the boss during that time, we're going to be in trouble. Because once you run out of time, you go into what's called the final stage, where basically you will be endlessly swarmed until you inevitably die. There's another shield over here, which is perfect. It's really close to the boss, which we are about to go kill. All right, so we have spawned the boss, and now what we need to do is try to avoid getting hit and just dodge and weave. That's literally the name of the game. Let's go ahead and pick up this magnet. Get some more attack speed. We'll go grab this shield. And then we'll grab this guy, which will just let us shoot really, really fast. And look at that. We just killed the boss. It's that simple. So now what we have to do is basically just survive the endless wave of enemies and hopefully not die. We are certainly going to die, but it's okay. But this is exactly how you beat Tier 1. So now at this point, we just run around, we try to collect as many chests as possible. And then basically just try to survive. We're not going to survive, fair spoiler alert, we're definitely going to die here. But it's part of the fun. You collect stuff, you get stronger. You potentially win the game. Some more health regen, why not? Hoping we can basically unlock a couple more chests before the black ghosts start coming. The black ghosts really hurt, by the way, just so that you guys are aware. It's not a good time. You guys will see them here in a second. There's the black ghosts. So we have made it to the black ghosts. And remember, the big thing is you just want to keep on moving. There's a shield right over here, which is good. We're definitely going to need that pretty soon. We're actually going to kind of float around a little bit because I don't want to get it immediately until we start taking damage, like right there. Now we can take it. These black ghosts are basically just going to throw you around, ruin your day a little bit, but it's okay. Take some attack speed. The last thing you want to do is get stuck in a corner. So remember, keep moving. Keep trying to move. If they push you one direction, you just go with the flow. Nice, we just went flying. We went flying again. And we're going to die any second now, but it's okay. Take the... Okay, we are up in the air. One more hit and we're dead. Except we're not dead because we have that hourglass thing. And we got stuck in a corner. Now we're dead. Yep, there it is. But on the bright side, check this out. Tier 1 is now completed. That is how you do it.